My husband left our kids home alone, but denies it even after footage showed a woman visiting. He still refuses to admit the truth. I never imagined that one night away from home would change my life forever. But sometimes, the truth sneaks up on you when you least expect it. I'm 31 years old, married for 7 years to my 43-year-old husband, Adam. We have 2 children, a bright and curious 5-year-old son, Lucas, and a 9-month-old baby girl, Emma. I thought we had a solid foundation. I thought I could trust him. Until the night I came back from an event and everything unraveled. The call that changed everything started with a phone call. I had been attending a work event, one that had been planned for weeks. Adam assured me he'd be home with the kids. I even double-checked before leaving. "Are you sure you'll be okay alone with them?" He laughed, brushing off my concern. "Of course, don't worry about a thing." But while I was at the event, my phone buzzed in my pocket. It was my mother-in-law. I stepped out to take the call, only to hear my son's trembling voice on the other end. "Mom, where's Dad?" Lucas asked. My heart dropped. "What do you mean, sweetheart? Daddy's home with you." "No, he's not," he whispered. "Emma was crying for a long time. I called Grandma because I didn't know what to do." I felt my stomach tighten. I immediately hung up and tried calling Adam. No answer. Panic coursed through me as I called again. Nothing. I rushed home as fast as I could, my mind racing with worst-case scenarios. When I finally arrived, Adam was there, lounging on the couch like nothing had happened. The denial I stormed into the living room. "Where were you?" I demanded. Adam frowned, confused. "What are you talking about? I was here the whole time." I felt my blood pressure rise. "Lucas called your mother. He said you weren't home." Adam scoffed, shaking his head. "That's ridiculous. He must have been scared and imagined things. I knew my son wasn't lying." And the more Adam denied it, the more suspicious I became. "Adam, don't do this. Just tell me the truth." "There's nothing to tell," he snapped, crossing his arms. "I was here with them the whole time. I didn't believe him for a second." The footage that exposed him. The next morning I reached out to our neighbor, Mr. Collins. He has a security camera facing our house, and I asked if I could check the footage. Thankfully, he agreed. As I watched the recording, my hands shook. At exactly 7:45 p.m., an hour before Lucas called his grandmother, Adam walked out of the house. He got into his car and drove away. He didn't return until 8:52 p.m., but that wasn't all. At 8:06 p.m., a woman arrived at our doorstep. She knocked, looked around, and then let herself inside. She stayed for exactly 23 minutes before leaving. I felt sick. Who was she? And why did he lie? Confrontation and his shameless excuses. That night I confronted him again, showing him the footage. "You left them alone," I said, voice shaking. "And you had the audacity to lie to me." Adam's expression remained blank. "Okay, so I stepped out for a bit." "Big deal." "Big deal? Adam, our children were alone. Our son was scared. And who the hell was that woman?" He shrugged. "Just someone I know." I could feel my entire world cracking. "Who is she?" He scoffed. "It doesn't matter." "It does to me," I shot back. "You abandoned our children for her." "Stop being dramatic," he snapped. "I was gone for, what, an hour? Nothing happened." That was it. That was the moment I realized how little he valued our family's safety, my trust, and our marriage. The breaking point. I spent the next few days in a haze, replaying the footage in my mind, the way he denied it, his casual dismissal of my feelings. This wasn't just a mistake. It was a betrayal. What if something had happened to the kids while he was gone? What if Lucas hadn't called for help? And if he could lie so easily about this, what else had he lied about? When I finally confronted him about the future, his response sealed the deal. "You need to get over it," he said flatly. "It's not like I cheated or anything." That was the moment I knew. I couldn't stay. Not for myself, and certainly not for my children. The aftermath, I packed my bags and took Lucas and Emma to my mother's house. It wasn't easy, but I had to put them first. People may say I overreacted, but a man who can lie that effortlessly, who can abandon his children, without a second thought, and who refuses to acknowledge his wrongdoing, he's not someone I want raising my kids. As for the woman, I never got a straight answer. And at this point, I don't care anymore. Some betrayals are too big to ignore. What would you do? I want to hear from you all. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Would you have stayed and worked it out, or left like I did? If you found this story shocking, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life stories like this. Your support helps us bring these incredible stories to life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.